Hey, what's going on, guys? I hope you're all having a very good day. As you know, it's Friday, and I've talked about having a video up every Friday. So I have a new way of making my videos, which is on my Snapchat. So I'll have the link to my Snapchat in the description below, and every Monday around there, you're going to see a link on my Snapchat story, and you can slide up and vote on what you guys want to see on Friday. This week, I put up 3 options. I was either going to do Rainbow Six Siege Blood Orchid's patch notes, or I was going to do some type of gameplay that I've just acquired over the week, or I could have done a vlog, which I've also acquired over the week. That will go up at some point, just not sure when. Anyways, the Rainbow Six Siege Blood Orchid patch notes won with a whopping 50%. So I have it all right here, so let's jump into the video. Okay guys, jumping right into it, I want to get into the new content that we're going to be getting. So I'll put on screen right now the seasonal weapon skins. The first weapon skin that we see is probably one of the best ones that we've seen for any seasonal weapon skins. It just looks very nice. The rest of the skins don't look too good though, but that's just my personal opinion. So some very good news right off the bat with Operation Blood Orchid is that these are new servers. Now these new servers will be released once Operation Blood Orchid is released. This means that we can officially say goodbye to the shitty Operation Health servers. Yes, that does mean that there will be no more lag, stability, connection, frames per second, rubber banding, and much more is going to be fixed within these Operation Blood Orchid servers. This is for PC and console. They have a new physics systems in the work, which is also going to touch up everything I just listed. So one of the things that Ubisoft has been teasing towards us for a very long time is improved lighting systems. Now, we all thought that this was going to come out in the 3rd stage of Operation Health, which is the final stage, but unfortunately, they were just teasing it for Operation Blood Orchid release, which is next Tuesday. It has been reworked on all maps. So technically what's going to happen is I'll put up a screenshot and maybe some gameplay right now, is the game does not have to dynamically render the lighting effects per map. High dynamic lighting, so that's what we're calling this. It's now seen that when you open up a barricade and look outside or inside, it used to be very dark or very bright. That does not happen anymore, and Ubisoft has announced that this won't affect the quality of the game, which is very, very good. So another thing that they've been teasing is retexturing on all maps. So I'll put on a screenshot right now that we can see on Cafe. Cafe will be the only map that we'll be able to see the texture differences on in the beginning of Operation Blood Orchid. All maps will have retextures on them, but just not in the beginning release of Blood Orchid. Another really, really good thing that we can look forward to is face rigging cleanup. Now, we've also been seeing this. We've gotten the screenshots for Thermite, Sledge, and Valkyrie. I think we can all agree that the 3 of them look better, and we should be excited to see them on all of the operators. This patch will be 26 gigabytes on PC, that is 40 if you have the HD texture, and 15 gigabytes on console. Now, a lot of people say that that's a lot of space, but what they're doing is they're just taking out old things in the game and replacing them. So it's really taking out 15 gigabytes and putting 15 gigabytes back in, of course, on console, 26 on PC, and 40 if you have the HD texture pack. I've already said that. And another thing that they want to touch on is the one-step matchmaking. Now, yes, they have already done this, but they're doing a plus 10% loading time for all matchmaking. Even after one-step matchmaking, some people have gotten stuck in matchmaking for about 10 minutes. That's not going to happen anymore. Another huge thing that we should all be happy about is hit registration issues are going to be addressed before Season 4 Year 2 comes out. This is going to be a very good thing because all of the fast operators seem to be overpowered when they just turn a corner and you can't win the gunfight. So another huge thing that we haven't seen yet is smoke grenades. Now, I'm not talking about the operator smoke. Any operator that has smoke grenades are going to be fixed. So now everybody is going to see the same client's smoke. So when a client throws a smoke grenade, all of them will see that client's smoke. For instance, everyone used to see different smoke. It would be very overpowered if Cap2 was to shoot a smoke grenade at someone. This is because the person that was in the smoke was much more noticeable than the person in the smoke being able to look out. They are now fixing that. So every operator that has smoke grenades, they usually have 3. But within this update, now they're going to have 2 because the smoke grenades are going to be such a big game changer. So we can really look forward to this, and hopefully the smokes will work. So one thing that the community is very upset about is the ACOG removal on all 3 speeds. I'm not saying that this is on all of these 3 speeds on attackers, but it's definitely for defenders. Only 1 speeds will be able to have the advantage in long distance gunfights. Better sense of balance. That was Ubisoft's exact words. So we don't know if this means that they'll be taking the ACOGs off of the 3-speed attackers. I honestly wouldn't mind if they did that, as I don't use holographics on 3 speeds except Jaeger and Bandit, which I'm very upset about. Is another very good thing that they're taking out is the Defender vision filter. So when you go outside as a Defender, you usually get this gooky orange tint, and then text pops up that says you will be spotted. The text will still be there, but the orange tint will now be gone, making it easier to spawn kill or do runouts. So a huge part of Operation Blood Orchid that's coming out is weapon fall off. So what I'm talking about when I say weapon fall off is weapon damage that will be decreased over bullet range. So let's jump into this. Marksman rifles, the bullet damage will drop beginning at 25 meters and end at 40 meters. LMGs will start at 25 meters and end at 40 meters. Assault rifles will begin at 25 meters and end at 35 meters. Submachine guns will begin at 18 meters and drop off at 28 meters. Machine gun pistols, aka the SMG-11 and Hibanas and Echoes secondary, will begin at 18 meters and drop off at 28 meters. All handguns will begin at 12 and end at 22. I'm happy to announce that shotguns are not included in this. They want the shotguns to still feel unique and special. In my personal opinion, if they were to include shotguns in this, it would be very overpowered, seeing that shotguns can't do enough damage as it is at certain gunfights. Many guns in the game are getting additional magazines included. This is very good for shields in my opinion. My personal preference when I'm playing Blitz or Montagne is I run out of ammo way too fast. So now I'm going to get additional magazines put in for my pistols, and that's going to be very good. This does include recruits. So a pretty big thing that they've been talking about is the ability to now operate 2 drones per operator on attack. This is very good, seeing that if your drone in the preparation phase can survive, your drone in the attack phase will also be able to be used, so you can actually have 2 drones in the battlefield. It used to be as soon as you threw the drone from the attack phase, if your drone from the preparation phase was still alive, it would instantly be destroyed. That is no more. So theoretically speaking, the attackers, if their drones are still alive from preparation phase, can have 10 drones, which are going to easily open up angles that dead spectators can watch. So shooting feedback systems are being affected, which is another thing for hitbox changes. Not really hitbox changes, but it's going to seem like it's going to be affecting that stuff, mainly because gunfights are going to be different because of this. So previous effects included bullet traces, hit reactions, cause of the environment, and threat indicators in the UI. Threat indicators in the UI were all based on trajectory, based on the weapon's muzzle. Improvements should show more effectiveness within gunfights. Another good thing that we'll be seeing in Operation Blood Orchid is debris. Debris will be fixed for all clients. All clients will see the same debris, instead of one operator looking over a counter, but for some reason there's a piece of a barricade there, but for the other operator it's not, and that operator that does not see the barricade can easily kill the client that does see the barricade. All debris will no longer stop the deployment of gadgets. For example, I've been through this many times where for some reason a debris flew somewhere where it wasn't supposed to, and I would try to throw a Valkyrie camera on it, but it would bounce off and stick somewhere else. So another pretty big thing that they're touching on is priority on observation tools. This means that when a player dies and gets angry and gets up and walks away, normally he'll be left looking at a camera when he's done, but he's AFK. This means that the alive player will not be able to go on the camera and look around because that dead spectator is now on that camera. This will not happen anymore as the alive player has complete control over the camera. A big change is that crosshairs will no longer turn red on enemies. They will still turn green on allies. This is good and bad. This used to be because if someone threw a smoke grenade, you wouldn't be able to see past it, but for some reason it would ID someone, letting you know that someone was behind that smoke. The same thing is now happening to cameras. You can no longer ID a character without tagging him on a camera. You have to hold the spotting button on your keyboard or controller in order to tag and spot the characters from now on. Same reason as red crosshairs. You can see if the enemy is in your area without really seeing them. Now, many of you know that the ranked playlist is being touched down to 9 maps. Casual will have 15, and Yacht and Favela are being completely taken out, unless you want to play them custom games. Yacht and Favela may or may not reappear in future updates. This is unknown, seeing that they are taking them out to do some work on them. My personal hope is that they take out some of the windows on Favela, and same with Yacht. They are taking out the feature to where you can deselect maps in PvP. This will stay for Terrace Hunt though. It is unknown when this will return or if it will return. Therefore, when you go to matchmaking preferences, you are currently able to turn off maps. You will no longer be able to do that, seeing that there are only 9 maps in ranked. So hitting some of the buffs and nerfs, Ubisoft has been talking about barbed wire nerfs. So they're officially doing this in the release of Operation Blood Orchid. Barbed wire is now being nerfed. It is only 2-hit, and instead of reducing your speed by 50%, it is now reducing your speed by 45%. So you will see a little bit change, just a little bit. It's just 5% difference of change with barbed wire, and is now only 2-hit. I personally like this. As long as more operators choose barbed wire instead of nitro cells, we should be okay. Jackal is receiving some sort of a buff. His footstep tracker will now ping more often. It used to do every 10 seconds. Now it's doing every 5 over the span of 20 seconds. It used to be 10 every 30 with the additional ping in the beginning. So now we will see 4 pings instead of 5, but it will be more often. Bandit is also getting somewhat of a buff. He's able to place down his shock wires way faster. This is going to be very good for Bandit tricking against Kibana, and in the beginning of Rainbow Six Siege, if you guys can remember, as soon as a drone touched shock wire barbed wire, it would instantly be destroyed. They've recently changed it to where the drone would have to go through and get some hit markers on it before it would get destroyed. They're now permanently changing it back to where the drone gets instantly destroyed when it touches it. IQ will no longer detect friendly gadgets. This is due to the amount of gadgets that she will now be detecting. You can't have all of these gadgets and then her also being able to detect a drone or a cluster charge. That would confuse her and it would cause distractions. Fuse's cluster charge will now shoot more straight instead of messy and clustered. The reason they are doing this is because you used to shoot a cluster charge and sometimes it would bounce in some weird direction, come out of the room, and you would get an accidental team kill or self kill. So they're doing this to try to clean that mess. Drones can now look up and down much easier. This is very good, especially for Twitch, which will help Twitch get a camera that's much higher than her drone can look. It's unknown whether or not this will occur to spectating drones. When using Glaz, blood splatters on the impact will now be more accurate. This is just to help him see what he's shooting better. Dead enemies will no longer be highlighted, which is a very good thing in my opinion. Sled should be easier to use, plus bug fixes on him. For example, if you hit a soft wall on a certain angle, it should open easier, and there will no longer be the bug fix where you would hit a wall, and for some reason only half the wall would break. Yeah, that's not going to happen anymore. So guys, that's all of the big stuff I can cover. Like I said, there are over 1,300 fixes. I'll have a link to the full Reddit in the description if you guys want to go through and read those, but this video would be literally a day long if I was to go through all of these bug fixes. The last very big thing that I want to announce that they are taking out is the Doc into Chonka glitch. If you guys didn't know about the Doc glitch, he can have infinite stim pistols and just heal his teammates rapidly, and they would technically have infinite health. Well, recently, people have discovered that you could do this with Tachanka's turret and have around 8 to 10 Tachanka turrets. This is also being fixed. So that's very good. Thank you all for watching the video. These are all the patch notes that I found very important that I'm excited to see. So if you guys feel the need, go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, tell me what you guys want to see next. I really appreciate you guys coming in and watching these videos, as you know, it gives me something to do during the week since homework's not that big anymore, and I really appreciate it. If you guys join the notification squad, you'll be notified as soon as I upload a video or start streaming. I highly recommend you guys do that if you're big fans of the channel. I appreciate the support. Anyways, I really appreciate the support, guys, and I'll see you probably within a stream this weekend, if not next video on Friday.